Hey guys, thanks for going on this nerd journey with me. If you want your episodes ad-free, go to makemeanerd.com/join and hit that button.
Hooked on you, baby, you're golden. Time moves, I never noticed, just can't get enough. Got me wonderstruck.
Hello everybody and welcome to Make Me a Nerd. I want to say I'm Katniss, but I will admit that I'm not. I'm Mandy Kaplan, a mainstream mom on a mission to explore all things nerd culture that I've been missing out on and afraid of my whole life, including What's Wrong with Me, the Hunger Games. I'm very excited to talk about this with my friend, Mona Chatterjee, who works for an unknown, we can't say the name of it, international beauty brand. But I know her and love her mostly as a brilliant singer and actress that does Miscast. And she has a former dance hit on the Billboard 100, y'all. And now she's here to nerducate me about the Hunger Games. Welcome, Mona Chatterjee.
Hello, let's do it. I'm super excited to nerd out with you.
Right? Wait, what I wanted to say to you before we start that's very important is, may the odds ever be in your favor.
And to you.
Mm-hmm. So I approached you knowing you're a nerd, and I said, hey, Mona, what do you want to nerd out about? What made you choose Hunger Games?
I was thinking about all the different fun, nerdy things, the big splashy things and stuff like that. And something about, I don't know whether it's just, I feel like we're living in it or it's just in my brain or it's very present for me. A little scary. I don't know. Or just something about the message of hope of people will turn it around in the book. It's just kind of I don't know, it popped in my head. I must have been thinking of are we already in a dystopian future? I don't know, but there's hope.
Yeah.
That's to me that book is about. And it felt very current.
Well, it's
to revisit it.
Yeah. And it's such a phenomenon.
Yeah.
And I want to be upfront that I did read this with Casey when he was, I think, maybe 12 or 13. It was one of the last times he would let us read out loud together.
I love it.
Now he doesn't talk to me at all. Not true. And I loved it. I thought it was really, really spectacular. But I never read another one and I never saw the movie. I think I just felt I did it. I read this and I enjoyed it. It's also darker than I can handle sometimes.
Yes. Yeah.
But
it is.
Do you remember the first time you read it?
Yeah. I think it was, I want to say it was a long time ago. It was very early on when it came out. It was before I was a mother. It was before I was married, I think. It was before I had a family. So I read it from the lens of the younger characters. I kind of felt still in the really connected to that character, being really the strong voice. And I don't know, I was shocked and scared, and it was darker, and I was not ready for that part of it because that was a lot of people I knew were reading it, and no one had talked about how deeply dark it was going to be. So you saying that, I was oh yeah, I was oh my God, what what is happening?
And when you read the first one, were the others already out? Or was it?
Everything was out. I think the whole trilogy was out by the time I read it.
And so
I wasn't in the early stages of waiting for the books to come out.
Right. And did you immediately?
I read all of them.
Yeah.
Yes, I immediately read everything.
You got nerdy.
Read the whole thing. Yeah, I read the entire thing. Whole process of I find something that I can't put down, even though I'm scared or wrecked or whatever is happening, and then I just don't sleep for a while.
Fantastic.
Yeah, just don't sleep until it's done.
Your lucky husband.
I gotta know.
Former guest Ben Raffel, who did Twilight on Make Me a Nerd, and you are the aforementioned wife of Ben Raffel.
That is me.
Yeah, that is you. What other stuff are you nerdy about? You do romantasy, correct? The Fourth Wing, and
I haven't really dived into it too much, mostly because of my problem of once I start reading things that I'm really obsessed with, I can't stop, and I'm just trying to manage my time because there's so little of it.
Yes.
But I it's on my list.
You have a
And the
high-powered
Housemaid,
career and a
Housemaid is on my list. That's what people are talking about.
Housemaid.
That
Yeah.
one right now. That's on my list. So got things on the kind of romantic-y, thriller-y kind of docket
Well,
for now.
I have good news for you. And here's a side tip. Make me a nerd. Housemaid, very mainstream. So I read it right away. The rest of them are not good. Only read the first one and just leave it and pretend they don't exist. But the first one's a lot of fun.
Fantastic. Yeah.
There's my
Okay.
mainstream
Love the
tip for the day.
Hot tip.
Yeah. And so I cracked open this book to read it again this time. And I'm going to do a dramatic reading of the first, what did I say? Read the first paragraph, which is perfectly written. And I was instantly intrigued. Here I go. When I wake up, the other side of the bed is cold. My fingers stretch out, seeking Prim's warmth, but finding only the rough canvas cover of the mattress. She must have had bad dreams and climbed in with our mother. Of course she did. This is the day of the reaping. No one even knows what reaping means at this point.
And you're still chilled to the bone. Like,
Chilled.
what does that mean?
What is the reaping? Oh my God, this is the day of it? Why does that give me so many physical reactions?
Completely. Like a full physical reaction, just the first paragraph.
Oh,
She creates that world so fast that you're like not even able to take a breath almost.
yes.
For me.
Yeah, I didn't breathe through the whole thing. And by the way, I hear the word dystopian and I'm like, I'm out. Can't do it. But I'll be damned. Suzanne Collins does it right. I read her inspirations were like mythology and her father's experiences in Vietnam.
Oh, wow.
When they are in the dome or whatever it's called,
Yeah. Yeah.
it does feel like all out war.
It does.
And so
It does.
real.
I hadn't heard the Vietnam part. I feel like that inspiration of like the guerrilla warfare almost that was happening, and you're like creeping through the woods and things like that. I can see that.
Mm-hmm. I thought maybe Lord of the Flies was an inspiration, but she does not cite that. So
I thought I would think that too, like that kind of edge of going after each other and the kids. So
and they're all kids.
Piece, the kids piece. I kind of got that vibe originally too.
Yep. And I have this version. I don't know about other versions, but even the numbers of the pages are in a funky, almost illegible font. So it's like you're leaving reality behind and you're totally immersed in this version of it, which I don't know how many books can really do that. Where when when your phone rings, you're like, oh God, where am I? Who's after me? Oh, right.
Yeah,
I'm hugging the book for those who can't hear it.
I love it. Oh my God. And you know what's so crazy is like, so you have like a physical manifestation of it. For me, I'm on my Kindle. I'll be very honest. I got to be able to run around with everything. So, and I miss books. I just want to be able to consume what I can. But even with, I think I read it in like a paperback. I think I read it from the library originally, but reading it on my Kindle now, I still feel like every bit of that world, like fully imagining into the world of it, even without all the design.
Yeah. Do you remember that feeling from the first time? At what point you were like, oh shit, cancel my plans. I'm in this world.
I think from the moment she volunteers.
We're going to talk about that next. Nice segue,
So, like,
Mona.
Sorry, I'm going into it.
Yeah. No, that's what I want.
Yeah. Because a lot of it is set up and you're hearing her story and you're the background and all of it and understanding what is actually happening and what you're saying about like you're sending, wait, what? Like wrapping my brain. I think that early few pages, you're like wrapping your brain around like, what are you saying they're doing?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you, she must have gone into her editor and said, here's what I'm pitching. The rules of the Hunger Games are simple. I'm reading from page 18. In punishment for the uprising, each of the 12 districts must provide one girl and one boy called tributes to participate. The 24 tributes will be imprisoned in a vast outdoor arena that could hold anything from a burning desert to a frozen wasteland. Over a period of several weeks, the competitors must fight to the death. The last tribute standing wins. Now, if I'm an editor and my author comes in and says, I have a new idea, listen to this. I'm like, you twisted mother effer.
Are you sick?
Get out of my office and lose my number. Right?
You would expect instant, like, angry backlash.
You want children intentionally murdering each other.
Murdering each other, and people are going to watch it.
For sport. For funsies. They're going to put bets on it. It's so dark and brilliant and scary. And then the first chapter ends with what's-her-face, the Elizabeth Berkley lady. I know I shouldn't refer to the movie yet, but she says the last thing, Effie Trinket, right? Effie Trinket says, it's Primrose Everdeen. I lost my breath. That's the end of chapter 1.
Yes. You're expecting it to be her. I think, like, when the setup, you're like, oh, it's her. So that she's saying, not me. And yeah.
And they set up Prim as such a sweet, just innocent, delicate,
young.
Only 12. Once in the bowl. She's only in there once.
Yes. And then others are thousands of times. And the vision of it.
Yeah.
And Prim the odds, the notes of, like, the odds being, like, the odds with the thousands of slips.
Yeah. Gale is in there 100 times for all the stuff he's taken, right?
Yeah.
This is what we in my family call the Kaplan Curse. I have that curse where, like, we go to Six Flags, we wait in the line, we wait an hour, we get up to the very front, and they're like, we're shutting the ride down.
We're shutting down. It's done.
And Casey's like, Mom, it's the Kaplan Curse. I would have been Prim. Like, my name's only in there one time. What are the odds? It would be me. And I don't know that I would have had a Katniss to volunteer, but when she does, it's such a powerful moment. She goes, you know, and they're like, okay, get in the train and get in. And when people.
And it's so fast. And you're like, I'm like, wait, like, in your brain, you're like, I'm, and she is talking like, she's like, I'm gone. So I got to give you every instruction. She's like giving instructions and not even a space for emotion.
But
as gone.
And pretty immediately, her life is taken over by these peacekeepers, these automatons who are, you know, grabbing her and moving her here and having her sit there. And I had an idea. This is $1 billion idea. Are you ready?
Okay. Bring it.
It's like a wicked concept, but I want to know about the peacekeepers.
I had that thought. I've had that thought. I'm like, because it's in such huge amounts of numbers that they are attached in, and then they're far away from the capital. So what is keeping them in formation doing all of this? Like, what is that story? How did that happen?
And what happens when they go home? Are they like, I had a fantastic day. I beat some kids into submission. And
like, what is the thought? It's like sick, but also sometimes because I feel like there's no way I could understand what is happening, or like I did my job, I'm home, the end. Like, how could you remove it, or are you enjoying it?
Here's what I'm pitching. It's like Below Deck. Hear me out. Because I love knowing about the richies who get on the yacht and they're like, oh my God, this yacht only has 25 bedrooms. It's, you know, I love that because I love hating on them. But it's also fascinating watching the crew and how the crew really feels about what they're doing.
Yeah.
So we're also about to meet these characters, the remakers, which is Cinna and and the people who transform
like
Peeta and Katniss. Yes. But
everything.
They are sending them off to die. We fall in love with Cinna. We like these people. They seem to care about Katniss and Peeta, but they are sending them off to die. I want to also know about them. So I want the peacekeepers and the remakers to be the Below Deck crew.
I mean, you need it. Like, there's new books and new stories, and I haven't read at that side of it, but like, there is something of like, everyone clearly follows this and now doesn't question, and the people understand the pain of it, and but they're doing it. And I agree with you. There's something like the the makers themselves of like dressing everything up and making it fabulous. And that's its own competition of like who's the best, got the best outfit and design. And it is like they're putting on the show.
Yes.
But like they understand what that show means. They understand what this means for this child. But is it that they're not questioning it? But I think that's why we love Cinna, is because he knows and he is trying to do it to give whatever final moment that he can.
Of
like
happiness.
You feel it right away. But the others, like, what is the drama? Is there drama in their group? What is happening there?
Right. And I'm going to, this will be, I hope, the only political thing I will say. But, you know, we are living right now in times of ICE. And I imagine there are members of ICE who are like, I hate what I'm doing, but I have to do it because I need a job. I need to feed my family and I don't agree with it, but I'm going to do it. And then there are probably others who are passionate, racist assholes. And, you know, that I feel like we get versions of that with these characters as well. And you probably get hardened if you're doing something like this. By your third or fourth year, you get used to it,
part
right?
of your job, and you stop feeling.
Yeah.
Or seeing other humans, or the humans that you're taking in or handling as actual humans. It's just objects now.
Right. I mean, I understand why Haymitch drinks.
Yeah, drinks.
Because how can he face what he's doing?
Dealing with that. Yeah. And then like not only the trauma of having to have gone through it, but literally reliving it every year over and over and over. No way to move on for it. Literally stuck in that trauma forever.
Oh, so they're on their way to Panem, and she refers to, or they're in Panem, they're on their way to the Capitol, excuse me, right? And she clues us in just a little that the Capitol used to be called the Rockies.
The Appalachians are the surrounding districts.
Chills from head to toe. I mean, it's just too real and scary to think about. Yeah.
You know what's so funny is when I first read this, and that part of me, I was like, wait, that's like here. And it felt like, what a crazy notion. There was one line in here, and it's a little ways back, but it's a way to plant hatred between the starving workers of the seam and those who can generally count on supper, and thereby ensure we will never trust one another. It's to the Capitol's advantage to have us divided among ourselves. And Gail says this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you think about in that region, in our whole, the expanded regions of everything, there's a lot of divide, and no one can figure out how to come together. And it has been done in such an intense way. And I could never have, when I first read this, imagined how divided everyone was going to be.
Oh boy. Yeah. This was a different time when we thought, this is nuts. This is completely nuts. Never going to happen.
I hope it's still nuts.
Yes. Right.
It's just the themes under it still feel like, I'm like, oh my God, this has gotten real.
Yes. Yeah. It feels prescient and it's terrifying. Yeah. She starts training and she cries a couple times, but it happens pretty quick. And I wish we got to humanize Katniss a bit more. She feels like she was written to be this perfect badass hero. And I wanted a few more moments of vulnerable teenage girl terrified for her life. Yeah,
it's like a blip, right? Where she's like, I'm not going to cry because I know everyone's going to see this. So I'm done. Here's my face. And you have like a couple lines. And then she's like, I'm putting on my face. And then it's that face is on.
Mm-hmm.
And until, much later. But like this early part, there's no semblance of regular teenage girl dealing with what has just happened.
Right. I wanted more of it.
She's already living such a hard life. Is that just her go-to, or is just I don't know. I thought that I can see that. Like, I also think some of it was her discovering in that training how good she actually is. A little bit like as she's hitting targets and like people are responding to her, it's she has this facade on, but underneath she's like, could I win? How would I do that? I can't do that.
Right.
How would I? But I can do this.
Right.
But how could I do that? But it would have been interesting to see a little bit more. Instead, I guess you're like inferring it or feeling it yourself. But
a book does allow that exploration, and it could have allowed for a little bit more vulnerability and more questioning. And it felt a little action movie simplistic to me. And I also had the thought, this is the nerdiest thing I'll say. You ready?
yes,
This is inspired by The Running Man too. The original Stephen King. And
yeah.
I never saw the original movie, but I saw the remake with Glenn Powell. Let's take a moment of silence. Oh my gosh, Glenn Powell and his thighs. But really, this idea of everybody rooting for your demise on TV and, watching for sport and the sheer violence. And it's our basest human instincts, the need to survive. Oh, and everybody's cheering, and it's brilliant and disturbing, but
But very human, because we will all watch. We already all watch. We're already like, you can't look away from the train wreck or the burning building. You can't look away from
the housewives or
the house,
right.
or the mess of it. And even if we're talking about the housewives or like whoever's flipping a table or whatever is happening, right? Like,
I knew you knew watching. The housewives.
Oh, of course I
did. Gotcha. Yeah, but it is human nature and a bit of schadenfreude. Everybody's glad it's not me.
Yeah.
Are we ready to go into the actual games, or is there more we need to say about the training and her connection with Peeta, which I really liked in the book more so than the movie, which we're going to talk about next episode. But I liked how layered her pride. She's so prideful that he throws her bread, and it's like, fuck him. He threw me bread. I can never look at him again.
Yeah. And part of it is like, I could never do anything to repay you, and I feel embarrassed. And the other part is like, I can't even deal with you at all. I don't want to look at you. Yeah. It's so interesting. And I think the book takes like the right amount of time to like layer in what happens there. Cause it's I also find it confusing, which a little bit of like teenage girl confusion of like, no, I hate him, but also he did this amazing thing for me, but how dare he do that for me in the middle of all this other, and it's a very convoluted, twisty kind of like way she views Peeta especially the beginning.
Well, and then when he says, oh, the girl I have a crush on is here. I mean, I never for one moment doubted that Peeta had feelings for Katniss. Did you?
No, clear.
That's real.
Super clear.
I think it's super clear,
real.
But she's doing the thing where she's like, oh, I get it. It's all for the game, and screw
it's fake.
you.
Yeah.
No, girl.
And she's doing the talk track we all do. I mean, also, I think that's got to just be nature where you're like, I don't trust you. I don't trust that. And she's like taught to not trust anything anyway. So, and she doesn't know him outside of that one epic moment for her.
But they're in school together. I don't know. And he's such a good guy. Peeta at the bakery. He's great.
Well, he is. No, I know. The part where like he obviously got in trouble for doing that, and she knows that. So she knows there's somewhere where she says like, oh, it's such a problem. Like now I know he's actually a kind person.
I don't remember that.
Like really early on where and maybe in the training or maybe somewhere where she's nice to somebody or says something kind and she's like, oh, now I know he's.
Well, because she knows she has to kill him to survive. So yeah.
That's right. She's like, I have a problem when I know people are good people. Like, that's not a problem, but okay, fair enough, because you have to survive. So, and you've already seen, like, she wants to protect. It's her, like, gut ammo, gut. Let's do it.
Can we jump into the game and into the games? And so when she meets Rue, she doesn't seem to have that same conflict. Rue is this sweet, innocent kid that reminds her of Prim, her sister. And she immediately is like, I'm not going to hurt you, and takes her under her wing and wants to help her. But hey, newsflash, Katniss, you got to kill this kid.
Yeah. If you're going to protect her and save her, what are you going to do at the end?
But she doesn't push her away the way she pushes Peeta away.
Yeah. But that's because she
What do you
has.
think that is, Mona?
I mean, clearly she has such a deep connection to Peeta because of that moment already, that she is already fighting those feelings. She's never let herself have any feelings. I mean, she and Gail are hunting and she's talking about like, I know all the girls love him, but like, I'd be so annoyed to lose my hunting partner. And then meanwhile, everyone is like falling over around him. But then as she describes this interaction, the dandelions or whatever she saw, the signs around Peeta, it's like I think that was already there. I think she had a deep feelings from too and just never understood it, never allowed it. Because she does do this facade. So she has to push him away because she knows she has to fake it. Like she's trying to like fake whatever that is. But it's such a different feeling, right? With someone you connect to as like a sibling. She's been protecting her sister forever. So it's just very familiar. She just transferred everything, all that love and that just how she is with her sister straight to Rue. So you didn't have to think about what that relationship was.
It's almost like with Peeta, she can
natural.
deny, nope, he's not a good person. I can deny that. But with Rue, she denies, I'm not going to have to kill her.
Yeah.
Right? She just chooses which thing to deny based on what she needs to survive. Yeah. Go Katniss. Sidebar. Do you know anybody named Katniss? I've heard the name now a few times.
No.
Yeah.
Have you?
Kids named Katniss.
Oh my gosh. In real life and kids?
Yeah. Yes.
How, oh my God.
Right?
Wow. I hope they wear braids.
I think I would have judged it before I read the book. Just, oh, that's so trendy and stupid. You named your kid Katniss. But realizing who Katniss is.
It's deep.
I like it.
Yeah. Yeah. I like it a lot. Yeah. It's bold. I like it. That's who she is.
Another gut punch is early on in the games, page 160. Katniss is hiding in a tree and here's a pack of hunters. The voice in the pack belongs to Peeta. And it's this pack of the bullies, for lack of a better word. The greasers. I don't know what to...
The greasers.
Like the real badasses.
I just like turn them into like the greasers.
The sharks,
from like
the jets. I don't know.
The sharks are like snapping, except, they're trained to kill the other kids.
Right.
But I mean, I guess it's a little bit of the same. I guess.
But they're slightly nastier than Bernardo and Chino.
Little scary. Because they're
Peeta
literally out for blood.
And he's part of them. He's with them. And
yeah, he made an alliance, but that's who he chose to be allied with.
She said, I almost fell out of my tree. And I said, I almost fell out of my tree. Katniss, yeah. I get it. Okay, so back to Rue. Why do you think she trusts that Rue won't kill her? They sleep together, curled up. So why? I know she's thinking, well, I'm not going to kill this little kid. This is like my sister here now. But Rue's supposed to be killing people too. So it seems like a dumb move to trust her.
But she's so little. She's like one of the youngest. She's 12, right? And I feel like they watch every year, like the young ones either get killed. It's very rare to watch the very young ones actually go out and kill. But I don't know. She is trusting. She's just has to put some trust and faith in something at that moment, maybe. And that's what she's doing.
I just think her instincts are not very good because she doesn't trust Peeta, but she trusts Rue, a total stranger.
But Rue is like quietly away from everyone trying to hide, similar to where she is. And Peeta has joined the alliance of bullies, like the scary people. So like there's something in her instinct that is actually right. Because if you're going to have an ally, you have to know who's gonna, I mean, those bullies would have turned around and killed her right away, right? So,
but hasn't she ever read a rom-com or watched Cheers? Like, there's a will they won't they thing with Peeta.
Cheers in the seam.
I don't know. There's an immediate.
They're like living in it. I'm like, oh yeah, I guess dystopian future doesn't include meet cutes.
Damn.
Rom-coms.
Other than that, it's perfect.
Other than that, it's fine.
Right. There is so much time spent in Katniss's thoughts. And I really wondered reading this how that would translate to the film. And is there more dialogue in the film? And I got my answer that we could discuss in the next episode. But spoiler, no, there's not more dialogue. Just a lot of time spent in her head. And then Rue's death fucking killed me. Even though I knew it was coming.
I didn't, honestly. Like, I knew I know obviously something was going to all happen, but no, I didn't. I honestly didn't. I honestly was like, oh, they're going to do something and there'll be something else and they'll retaliate or whatever. But like,
she's going to wake up the next day and it was all JK, just a dream.
I don't know. No, I don't know. The first time I read that, I sobbed my face off because I was like, wait, I was not ready for that. Because I was not ready for that.
Yeah. Oh, It gutted me. Taylor Swift's song Safe and Sound, is that from this first one? I don't think so. I think it's from the next one. But Rue says the Mockingjays sing that song, Rue's song, and it's good and safe. But then Taylor wrote the song Safe and Sound. I have questions.
Oh. I didn't.
Like,
oh, yeah. Good and safe.
Why the difference? Let me see if I can put my... Oh, it's funny. I type SA and my Spotify knows that I love this
Safe
song. Mm-hmm. It's from the Civilian something. I can't play it, but from the... Oh, no. It's with the Civil Wars. Do you know this song? It's so good.
I don't know this one.
It says the Hunger Games soundtrack.
Oh.
Safe and Sound.
Well, then I'm sure I know it in my brain as I heard it.
But I don't remember it from the movie. But yeah, I was just wondering why it was written good and safe and then it became Safe and Sound. But we'll never know because Taylor can do whatever the hell she wants.
Taylor gets to do what she wants.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sounded better while she was singing it.
Maybe. Easier to rhyme than say good and safe. That's hard. Hard to rhyme.
Safe is hard. Yeah.
If you're Jewish, Trafe. Is the boy from District 1 her first kill? She doesn't seem freaked by it. He is,
though.
The tracker jacker?
The tracker jacker.
Yeah.
Yes. That's the first time. Yes. But I think it's because she doesn't physically harm him directly. It's like it's an indirect moment, and it's like a survival instinct, like gut survival instinct. And because the tracker jacker did it, I think it's like she is able to somehow separate herself.
Okay, I think I'm conflating because I think the boy from District 1 was the revenge killing for Rue.
Oh.
When he goes to kill Rue and she kills him. And I said...
Yes. Okay, so that moment.
Yes, not the tracker jackers. And I wondered why she didn't grapple with that. Oh my God, I just killed somebody. I killed a human being. I know that it's the nature of the Hunger Games, but I wanted some internal struggle about it. And then it came 10 pages later. So...
Yeah.
Game, set, match, Suzanne Collins.
All that intense emotion all together, and then like it just, oh my God, it's all jumbled up in there. And I can't imagine also just being so young and also having every feeling, and then actually like revenge, killing someone in protection, retaliation, gut instinct too, because that's how she would behave for anyone in front of her sister. So there's almost like a justice for her. So it took a minute for her to get to the point of like, oh, I did that. But like the justice and revenge came first.
It's so intense and it doesn't let up.
That whole part. From then on, it's like nonstop.
But there are moments like in the cave with Peeta, which I can't believe there's any romance possible. But here again, it's like, but was she just doing it for the sponsors? Or
for me, I really grappled with that as I read it. I was like, oh, has she realized she has to play the game after everything else happening and seeing him with the bully alliance and actually having killed someone and having to deal with all of it? Is she switching into the mindset of actually playing the game, doing what needs to really be done to try to survive? And that's because she starts realizing that the cameras are on. Like, is that something that happens? I don't know if it's like a reality moment where she's like, oh, I just realized I could. Because to me, it doesn't feel real for her then at all. Absolutely feels like she's faking it.
Yep. And
fully faking it.
She says she is, but I just, you don't know if that's just what her inner monologue or her defense mechanisms are saying.
But it's definitely starting from her logically deciding that she was going to act this out. But underneath that, is it because she does actually feel like she just doesn't understand it?
Yeah. This is also part of where I wanted more from Cinna and Haymitch and Effie Trinket. Like, I wanted to know, what are they thinking as they're watching? And
I wanted that too, especially as like the parachutes come.
Yeah.
And like how is that happening, or what unfolds to like from what she does, what is happening back at the cat? What is the response? Like, obviously people are eating it up, but you get the illusion of that because the parachute comes. But I want to know. What'd you actually say?
Everybody who's not in the dome, I want to know what they're in the arena, I should say. I want to know what they're thinking and what they're seeing and how they're interpreting it. In the movie, we see one moment of Haymitch really kissing ass to a sponsor.
They do cut to it in the movie, but it's not really, it doesn't really have anything in the book.
And I liked that. I liked seeing him working and trying to help. And there's not enough of it.
There's not, it's not, it's just alluded to. And I think it's like he sends a note, right? Like it's just parachute. So you're not really getting like she gets a little feedback, but also we have no idea anything else about it. But also we're just sucked into Katniss's world at that point in the book that she doesn't know. So we don't get to know.
That's true. Oh, good point, Mona. Yeah, if she doesn't,
we don't get to know. She doesn't.
There's
know.
no outside world for her.
That's it. And so that's where we are. That's where we live in this book. Is just
damn you.
Sorry.
Good. No, you just rocked my world. Well, she is reunited with Peeta, and then she's nervous to see him naked, and I found that very charming. Like, in this, like, you're gonna die
in the middle of like everyone like being hunting each other.
Yeah,
yes, this is what we're talking about. Okay,
you're gonna die, and you're all tee-hee-hee. I don't want to see him naked. So I thought that was charming, and a reminder that she is a young girl.
She's young. She's a young girl. Yeah.
And how did you feel about the rule change when they announced it?
I mean,
and for anyone who forgets, now there can be, if you survive with the person of your district, you can both survive.
There can be two victors now. First time to make a big change. I was like, that is, part of me was like, well, that's convenient. But they respond to it and are like, they're given a little hope and they take it. And I'm like, I don't know if I would believe anything anyone said in the midst of that. But they do. They are like, we could go home. They take the hope. So like in the midst of being tortured, hunted, like murdered for sport, someone dropped a little bit of hope and they took every second of it. I feel like also that's a very interesting reaction from kids, like from someone young, that they took it and believed it.
Yep. Santa Claus.
Because I was like, what trick are they going to do? What are they going to do? I instantly was like, what are they doing with this?
I'm seeing it as you're seeing it from the character's point of view, but as a reader, I rolled my eyes a little. Like, oh, how convenient. Now there can be two winners.
No, that's exactly. It's like I had that response because like it took me out.
Okay, me too.
Like,
Okay.
It took me out.
Okay.
Because I was like, oh, okay, well, we're just going to tie this up in a nice little bow. All right.
We're going to change the rules like kids on the playground.
It'll be okay.
Right.
And that's all going to be fine.
There's a payoff, but I did roll my eyes. I want that on the record.
Yes.
Okay. And now we're at the point of my podcast that I always come to. My regular listeners know I obsess over how things smell. But oh my God, there's no mention of how sweat, blood, pus, BO, and then I had perfume idea, Katniss. And it's a combination of all those things. But
oh God.
this,
Yeah.
and they're kissing and they're sleeping all curled up next to each other. And in the book, I understand in the movie, you can't show J-Law,
stuff.
sniffing and puking. But in the book, there is a chance to say, I smell, awful. Like there's just no mention of it.
There's not a lot of like, of description of that sense.
Yeah.
I don't think
Yeah.
at all. Yeah. Across all of that. Yeah.
Yes. And I keep bringing it up and I know everyone thinks I'm nuts, but I have another obsession with what women like. We read these old timey books that take place in the 1700s or before, or I read Romanticy, Court of Thorn and Roses, whatever. What do they do when they get their periods? It is never described.
I always ask that question.
Do you?
I'm always like, yes. I'm like, so we're just going to like forget about it.
The reality of it.
None of that ever happens.
Right.
Yes.
And in
like
the Hunger
never
Games, these
anywhere.
poor, like what a disadvantage women are at.
Oh, yeah.
Like, if I ever end up in the Hunger Games, like there's cramping and there's
and
fatigue and my legs feel weak and tired. You
can't move at all. Trying to run away in the middle of whatever else is happening to your body. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're full physical disadvantages.
Well, I'm glad we both obsess over something like that.
So that's a weird thing, but I do definitely think about that sometimes. Like, and also no one ever goes to the bathroom. It's a weird thing, but no one ever goes to the
Yes. No, you're absolutely right. That's one of those.
Oh, real random thing to talk about. But it is.
Everything else about this book is perfectly realistic.
But I think there is so much like intensity and realness of like the actual situation description of that, and the description of the surroundings is very visual for me in it. But you're right. Like sometimes we just miss the other senses, which could elevate all of it even more.
They could put scratch and sniffs. So when she's describing what's oozing out of Peeta's injuries.
Maybe that magic potion they drop is like that salve or whatever they give.
Yeah.
Helps everything smell like a bed of roses now.
It's Katniss, the perfume.
Katniss.
Yeah.
It's Katniss. There you go.
This is one of those things, again, I think this is a near perfect book, but towards the end, Katniss seems to be one step ahead of the game makers often. And I roll my eyes at that thought that this 17-year-old, girl with no worldly experience. Yes, she's a good hunter and she knows her herbs and her berries, but she was one step ahead of them, particularly with the night. What are they called? Not nightshades. That's a real thing. The berries.
The berries. The berries.
Yeah.
And it's some like, I don't think she knows she's a step ahead. I didn't feel that part of it, but some of it does feel like conveniently placed of like her father and mother have, like she has hunted and foraged for berries and she knows which ones are poisonous because of how she had to survive. And that backstory like shows up here a little bit. And then she's like using her knowledge, but I don't know. It does feel like, oh, well, this is conveniently placed for you to figure out things.
Yeah. And I mean, somebody who wanted
but also the like game makers wouldn't have known that she would know that.
Right. Yes. And a devil's advocate would say, well, she was taking a calculated risk. Like, what if we say we're both going to take them and they don't want us both to die? So I could see that side of it, but
that's also quick thinking, very quick thinking,
very quick thinking, a person terrified to die in that moment,
under trauma and pain and like actually, yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad we agree. We don't have to fight it out.
That is,
So, spoiler, they both survive. They get out. They go back to the hotel or whatever it is at the Capitol. And I love the twist when Haymitch whispers to her, "You're in trouble." Because we think it's over. Phew, right? We're all good.
No, well, it's because all of a sudden, just that moment of rebellion, that small spark of rebellion, of them saying, no, you're not going to get your victor. And her that's where like, it is convenient, it is quick thinking, but it is something deep inside of her anger of like everything she has been put through and her people around her have been put through, that's what comes to her brain because that's who she is. It's just like, I'm not going down like you want me to. I'm not going to play this game anymore.
So she showed them up.
People saw it. Yeah.
People
saw it on TV. And can you imagine a world where you just have to follow the torturous, horrible things and just accept them and just, you're talking about people just doing whatever they're told. And one moment, someone that publicly widespread says, no, I'm not going to do what you want me to. And like, there's a line, I don't know if it's this book or the second book, but they're like, the worst thing you can give people is hope.
Yes.
Because that's what sparks, right? There's a quote, and I'm paraphrasing it.
Yeah. I think I wrote it from the movie. But we have covered this book, and I have questions for you about, because you've read on. I have a few questions if I can get some spoilers. But first, I'm going to tell everybody that Make Me a Nerd is a production of True Story FM, engineering by the peerless Pete Wright. My theme song is Wonderstruck by Jane and the Boy. And if you're listening on Apple Podcasts, do me a solid. Hit 5 stars and write a review. That helps more people find the podcast and helps me keep doing this. And if you're feeling extra supportive, please go to makemeanerd.com/join. Hitting that button will get you your episodes ad-free and early, and my eternal gratitude. May the odds ever be in your favor. You have read 2, 3, 4. I don't know how many there are. The newest one that came out.
I read the trilogy.
Okay.
I read the trilogy, the original trilogy.
And the newest one that came out last year, didn't it break all sorts of bookstore records? It was so cool.
It broke everything.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I wanted a reunion with Prim and Gail, but we didn't get it in this book. We obviously get it moving forward.
You get it. Moving forward.
How have they been?
Oh, they watched. They were so excited. Everything was fine. Not fine. Oh my God, the depths of the story that unfolds after this. It's like you're reading this book that is dark, has layers, has so much happening. And then that little button at the end where you're like, what's going to happen? And then so much happens. Mandy, you have to read the next 2 books. If you want more Prim, Gail, full storytelling and the full evolution of Katniss.
Yeah, I do. I'm a little busy,
and then it tells you
but
why.
I can.
I know.
No, I wrote the last thing I wrote was I have to read more.
No, I'll read the rest.
Yeah, I
have to reread the rest. Honestly, after I read this, I was like, now I have to reread the rest. I have to read the new one. I got to do the whole thing.
Yeah, it's such great storytelling because you just need more. You're so invested in all of these people.
And the layers keep coming and the story keeps going. And there's so much because this is literally the beginning. But you watch it and you're like, oh, this is a whole complete story. But no, it's like the beginning.
And is there ever more of Effie and Haymitch? Like, do we learn more of their backstories and what they're going through?
You get more of their, yes.
Not as much as I want, though.
Not as much as you want, I'm sure. Not as much as you want. But you do get the, picture of what has happened. And then also you get the current, what happens next for them. Because things change.
Oh, you did that in a trailer voice. That was so perfect. You get the current. Oh my goodness. Well, Mona,
my gosh.
We did it. We went through the Hunger Games.
Thank you for oh my God, what a moment to relive one of my favorite books. It's been a long time and I felt so different reading it now. And then to talk through the nuances of all the story. Oh my gosh.
How old do you think Aria will be when you suggest it or read it with her? Or because she's what, 3.5, 4?
She's 4.5.
4.5.
So I think 12.
Okay.
Probably so that she can get all, maybe earlier.
Set a timer on your phone right now.
Maybe oh my God, I love it. I love it. What date is that? Yeah,
8 years from now.
8 years from now. Yes, 8 years from now.
Oh, when we talk about the movie, we can talk a little bit about the rating and who the audience should be for this book. And it's a little hard to believe this is a YA because even though it's about young people, it is.
I agree. That's where like
violent and graphic.
12, but it's very violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And intense, like thought, like what you end up thinking about from it.
Yeah.
So, it is a little.
I will see you for our next episode together. Everybody, tune in next week for Hunger Games, the movie, with my returning guest, Mona Chatterjee.
Can't wait.
And until then, thank you for listening, everybody. Until next time.